Picture this, a man in his late 60s, sitting alone in his living room, the TV flickering in the background, his favorite chair cradling him in silence. No struggle, no cry for help, just a quiet stillness that feels heavy, final. The coroner calls it natural causes, but for those who understand the body's deeper signals, it's something else entirely, a silent collapse, not of the heart or lungs, but of vitality itself. It's a story that plays out too often, where thousands of men over 60 fade away, not from disease, but from neglect. Society has convinced men for decades that self-pleasure is something to outgrow, something shameful or unnecessary after a certain age. But what if that belief is quietly robbing strength, confidence, and even years of life? The truth is, stopping masturbation after 60 doesn't just pause the body, it sets off a chain reaction that can erode sexual health, hormonal balance, and emotional clarity. 4 critical consequences of this choice are about to be revealed, backed by science, that every man needs to know to protect his vitality. Stick around to the end, because the final consequence is the one most men never hear about, and it could silently skyrocket the risk of serious health issues if ignored. If this is skipped, the simplest way to safeguard independence and confidence might be missed. Before diving in, hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and drop a comment below. Share one thing that's been tougher lately, like low energy or confidence. Challenge yourself to share something real. It could spark a change for someone else. Type 1 if you're ready to hear this, or 0 if you're skeptical. Either way, let's talk truth. The first consequence hits where most men feel it hardest. The penis stops working the way it used to. Men in their late 60s or 70s often notice their erections fading. Not gradually, but almost overnight. One day, they feel like themselves. The next, something's just off. Morning wood becomes a memory, and even arousal doesn't spark a response. It's not just about performance, it's about losing a part of what feels like manhood. Why does this happen? The penis isn't just there for show. It's a functional organ that needs regular blood flow to stay healthy. After 60, without stimulation, blood vessels stiffen, oxygen delivery drops, and tissues begin to scar. It's like letting a muscle waste away from disuse. Think about it. If arms or legs went unused for months, they'd weaken, lose flexibility, maybe even forget how to move. The same goes for penile tissue. Without occasional arousal, once or twice a week, nerves dull and erectile capacity can fade permanently. A patient, Frank, 68, came in shaken because he hadn't had an erection in over a year. He thought abstaining was a sign of discipline, but it cost him his function. With therapy and lifestyle changes, some men recover, but others wait too long and the damage sets in. This isn't about chasing sex, it's about keeping blood flowing, nerves alive, and a vital system intact. But this is just the start. The next consequence digs deeper into something that quietly shifts everything. Hormones don't just fade with age. They can plummet when sexual activity stops. Men start feeling flat, like the spark's gone. Mornings drag, walks get skipped, moods turn irritable or withdrawn. It's not just stress or bad sleep, it's often testosterone taking a nosedive. Masturbation isn't just a release, it's a biological signal that keeps testosterone production humming. When arousal and release happen regularly, the brain pumps out dopamine, the hypothalamus stays active, and the testicles keep churning out hormones even into the 70s. But go weeks or months without it, and the body dials back, thinking intimacy's no longer needed. Low testosterone doesn't just sap energy, it weakens muscles, thins bones, clouds focus, and spikes heart disease risk. A patient, Mike, 65, a retired mechanic, said he felt like a stranger in his own skin. He'd stopped masturbating years ago, thinking it was behind him, only to find his drive, strength, and joy fading. Blood tests showed his testosterone had crashed. Restarting a gentle routine helped, but it took months to regain ground. This isn't about obsession, it's about biology. Regular stimulation, even solo, keeps hormones balanced and identity intact. But the next consequence, it's physical, painful, and something men rarely talk about. Deep in the pelvis, a dull ache starts to creep in. A pressure after sitting, a nagging urge to urinate even when the bladder's empty. It's not a heart attack's drama, but a slow, quiet discomfort that disrupts life. Many men live with it for years before speaking up, thinking it's just age. But often, it's prostate congestion, tied directly to a lack of ejaculation. The prostate isn't a passive organ. It produces seminal fluid meant to move. Without regular release, that fluid sits, thickens, and builds pressure, leading to inflammation. Symptoms like slow urine flow, lower back pain, or frequent nighttime bathroom trips start to take over. A patient, George, 70, thought he had a bladder issue, but tests showed an inflamed prostate from years without ejaculation. Chronic prostatitis, a painful condition, can develop, or worse, invasive procedures might be needed. Studies, like one from Harvard, suggest regular ejaculation may lower prostate cancer risk by flushing out harmful substances. George's PSA levels spiked after 2 years of abstinence, leading to stressful biopsies that could have been avoided with a simple habit. This isn't about indulgence, it's about preventing suffering. The prostate needs care, especially after 60, and neglecting it can turn manageable issues into life-altering ones. But the final consequence? It's the deepest cut of all, and it's one most men don't see coming. The quietest loss is the hardest to bear. A fading spark, a sense of disconnection, a hollow feeling that creeps in without warning. Men stop masturbating, thinking it's unnecessary, and over time, they feel invisible, unwanted, like they're fading from their own lives. It's not about sex, it's about vitality. The connection between body and spirit. Arousal and release trigger dopamine, oxytocin, and endorphins, chemicals that lift mood, ease anxiety, and keep emotions steady. Without them, depression, loneliness, and even cognitive decline can take root. A patient, Richard, 72, described feeling hollow after years without intimacy, even with himself. He'd withdrawn from friends, avoided mirrors, and lost his warmth. He didn't connect it to stopping masturbation until it was almost too late. Restarting a gentle routine, paired with therapy, brought some light back, but the emotional toll lingered. This isn't just physical. It's about staying human, feeling alive, keeping the brain engaged. Men over 60 deserve to feel joy, confidence, and connection, and cutting off this pathway dims that light. The tragedy is how preventable it is. With small, intentional habits, that spark can be preserved. Thank you for sticking through this. If this hit home, hit that subscribe button, give a like, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Drop a comment below, type 1 if this resonated, or 0 if you're skeptical, and share what's been tough lately. Challenge yourself to share something real. It could inspire someone else. Check the link in the bio and description for more ways to protect vitality naturally. See you in the next video.